Shortly here. Hello everyone, it's me, Mark McHotwheel, Dotson Man, here again, back on a podcast, coming at you, just saying things, words, me. Anyways, I'm getting off track here about this whole podcast. It's been a long day. Just got home from out hunting for non-existent Hot Wheels. I have a very, very special guest that I've been trying to get on here for a while. Life happens, things get crazy. He's finally here. He is here. It's Naztalgic. It's Shelby Street Diecast. It's Naz. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everybody. This
Hello.
is Naztalgic.
Nostalgic.
How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Mark? Thanks a lot, man, for having me on here. I've been waiting to be one of your guests for a while, but life got in the way, and finally we made some time.
And I'm very, very happy about that. And I know that everybody who's listening is very happy to hear you on here because they've like, get Nas on there. And I was like, no, that guy's nothing but trouble. And they're
right?
like,
I know.
You gotta get him on there. I was like, fine, I'll listen to you guys. You want him on there? You got him. So Nas, we had you on. I'm not going to go into depth on what we did today, but I had Nas. I'm going to give you guys like some teasers because we're being somewhat cryptic about what's happening coming up because we have to keep you excited. Keeps the people going. But we have a video. We have a video podcast starting like probably early January with me, Twice Diecast, David, and Flying Valiant Chuck. And it's going to be all diecast related, all the weird stuff. We're going to have people, that big names, little names, mid-sized names, mostly people, in the diecast community, and maybe some car culture stuff. But we had Nas on today, so stick around for that. That's probably gonna be a little bit till that comes on. I'm excited to get this out first because I'm like, ooh, I got Nas first, man. I'm the number one podcast. No, but yeah, we had him on today, so it's been a busy day, but we'll basically go over some of the same stuff, but mostly just chilling and talking about life in general and diecast and collecting. So, Nas, how did that go today? Were you comfortable with that other deal, or was that a little nerve-wracking? Let's be honest.
Oh, the other secret?
The secret podcast. Yeah.
No, that was amazing, dude. And to be honest with you, I'm incredibly honored that like all three of you wanted me to be there, and I'm incredibly honored that you're having me on yours. It's ridiculous, man.
Well, I appreciate.
I had
that.
a great time, man.
Yeah, I did too, and it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to have you on there again. But we're in the moment now, Nas. This is big. I've got you all to myself on my podcast. And I've been really been thinking about it a lot, So yeah, I'm glad to have you on here and just kind of one-on-one and talk about, life and collecting and what it's like right now in this crazy world of trying to find cars that aren't there. So let's start this off with, because I just literally got home from being out running errands and going to Target. I think that's the only store I went to, but I gave up after Target just because this is what I've been seeing on everybody's videos. Let's talk about the elephant in the room with diecast hunting right now. Let's talk about it because everyone's complaining about nothing being on the shelf or showing it in their videos. But yeah, there is very little new diecast hitting the shelves. Basic cars are empty. I'm watching people's videos. It's empty. And but I would like to take a second to look at the bright side of things because Nas and I were talking earlier today about minimalism and kind of scaling back in your collection. Because when does it end? Like if you're buying cars like every other day for all this new stuff that comes out, when do you get a chance to like back off a little bit and look through what you have, appreciate what you have, and then you can get rid of some stuff and kind of move forward at a slower pace. So I think it's great. Of course it's frustrating, but Nas, what do you think about just the lack of cars out there right now?
Well, you just mentioned, so I'll do this. Always look on the bright side of life.
Remix!
Shout out to Monty Python.
Yeah.
But, man, honestly, it's been rough. There's nothing in Northeast Philadelphia area.
Oh, yeah, man. Anywhere.
Especially the main lines.
Yeah.
For some reason, recently they have been putting out some premiums, like car culture and stuff like that, like the Spider-Man car and all that. But like,
Batman
to be honest
cars.
with you, yeah, like all that
Not
stuff,
even
which
premium.
is fine. But people still take the best one, like the car
old one.
culture, the Mitsubishi Evo. I just stumbled in my Target a few days ago, and I'm like, ooh, I stumbled on those sets. There was at least 4 or 5 of them. Not a single Evo.
Did you literally stumble on them like they were on the ground and you fell? Are you okay?
Well, I almost stumbled because I'm walking over and I'm like, oh, well, those pegs are empty. Then I look over to the left and I'm like, those pegs are not empty. So I almost stumbled, and people would have been like, what'd you stumble on? What's wrong with you? What are you, old? And I'm like, I am.
I am old, yes. Thank you for asking.
Good guess, sir.
You win a prize.
Yeah, you want a gold sticker. I'll put it on your forehead. You did good. But anyway, yeah, sir. Anyway,
Sir.
To answer your question, as far as how it is here with stocks and stuff, it sucks, but I managed to, since we talked about minimalism on the Secret podcast, one of the topics we talked about, I really don't, like, it's not bothering me anymore since I've made the decision where I don't need the excess, I don't need to have every single thing that's, out there, like the main lines and all that stuff. So since I made that decision consciously, I'm cool. Like, I'll go there, I don't see any. I'm like, oh, well, no big deal. I'll look around for something else. And then after that, as a diecast, David said, as he mentioned, and he had that episode on his channel, series, I should say, where he would go to different places, dealerships, blah, 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 different stores, and just be like, look, there's diecast here.
Yeah.
So, in a way, after watching that, I was like, that's right. I used to go to all these AutoZone, different, car stores, different food shops, food markets, all that. They all have diecast, and a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
And recently, as you saw, I went to that weird warehouse where I thought I wasn't going to leave. And they had like, car culture. I know, exactly, yeah. So, stumbled on there. A friend of mine just sent me a message. He's like, hey, man, this weird liquidator house, a warehouse, has, premium Hot Wheels, and they're 5 for $20. And I'm like, I'll be right there.
And you got, like, in your car, like, Fast and Furious. Da-na-na, da-da-da-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. And you're like...
Mark, I drifted the whole way there.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift. And then somebody T-boned you, and your car flipped over and caught on fire. And then I was like, no! But then you didn't really die, but you did. But you came back to the next episode.
I'm like Han.
Yeah, you're like Han, basically. And,
not like Jarul. Jarul never came back. He was like, Monica!
Yeah, Jaw never came back. Sometimes I live my life, I live at a quarter mile at a time, but sometimes I also live my life like, what would Jaw do? Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, man, like in this situation, what would Jaw do? And
Mark, like, I would honestly say I have not. I have not thought, what would Jaw do?
Well, guess what? Now you will, and you're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
You're gonna get in like a car wreck, and there's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like in a snowstorm, and then you got to figure out how to stay alive. And you're in your car, and you're like, how am I gonna stay alive? And you're like, what would Jaw do?
Yep. And I would yell out the window, Monica!
No, Monica! And and that could save your life. Because I don't know how.
That's his most famous line. I'm sorry. That's all. That's his contribution to the franchise.
No, I think my favorite line of Jaws is, Edwin happens to know a few things, and what Edwin happens to know is, it's not how you drive your car, Or it's not how you stand by a car. It's about how you drive it. You better learn that.
Right.
Yeah, that's life. That's why I live my life one jaw at a time. Jaw rule.
Oh, man.
Because I go, I stop and think, like, Mark happens to know a few things, and what Mark happens to know is, it's not how you hunt for Hot Wheels. It is how you hunt for Hot Wheels.
It's how you jaw for Hot Wheels.
It's how you jaw. Rule. You got to rule the situation, Feel out the room.
Live up your name.
Yeah, Jaw. Is that your legal name, sir? Jaw?
You know what? My jaw does hurt a little bit since the dentist visit. You're right.
Jaw mean?
What would Jaw do?
What would Jaw do? Oh, man. Yeah, no, never-ending fun jokes on that first movie, for sure. I know you recently had a marathon on Fast and the Furious movies, didn't you? Not too long ago, or at least...
Of course.
Recent
we had to watch every single one before we went to the theater to watch Fast 9 in space. So, yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about Fast 9 in space for a second. We're going to deviate away from Hot Wheels a little bit, but keep in mind, Hot Wheels is a huge Hot Wheels has tons of Fast and Furious cars, so we're staying in the same realm. So, yeah, so anyways, was there, I can't remember, I watched that movie, but it was so bad, but so funny because it was so bad, because I had heard like jokes, I hadn't seen it, a lot of people had seen it, and they were talking about they go to space or something like that, and I thought they were joking. I literally thought people were joking about them going to space in a car or something like that, and I was like, that's not, they have not taken it that far. But then when I watched the movie, I realized they took it that far. So I was just surprised there was no street racing in space. Like, maybe they went to the moon, threw some cones out, do a little spray paint action, the start and finish quarter mile on the moon. But that didn't even happen, so I was kind of disappointed with that. So, but did you like that movie? Was that a movie that you enjoyed? The last one?
Let me put it this way. Short answer, yes. I love that movie. Please let me tell you why.
No, go ahead.
Shut up,
I just shut the podcast down. Podcast is over.
You're a jerk.
Bye-bye. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What would Jaw do, man? Come on.
What would Jaw do?
Well, yeah. Jaw would get replaced by a much better actor. But anyway, the reason why I loved it is because here's why I don't like why a lot of people are knocking on Fast and the Furious franchise since like the end of Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
And I know there's no like racing or whatever, but that's the thing. People don't understand the thing. Fast and the Furious kind of had to get away from the racing because these people are like in their 50s. So what are they going to do? Go down to a street where there's a bunch of 18, 16-year-old kids trying to race, and they're like, hey, I'm Vin Diesel, I'm 65, like, I live my life. Everyone's like, shut up, So, lots of expletives there. So my whole thing with that is, like, come on, let's, they physically can't do that, but it kind of makes sense that they're swaying towards this, like, where they're trying to, steal things, like rob from the rich, give to the poor situation.
Yeah, Robin Hood. They're the Robin Hoods of racing.
Yeah, and do it family style, So it's all good. And
family.
The way I look at these movies now is it's like an anime, live action anime. Yeah. There's no physics involved.
No, none.
Yeah, no, like you can't look at these movies as if it's a reality. If you look at any anime and you see like all stuff happening in those cartoons, essentially, you just kind of let it happen because you're like, that's that universe. This is possible in that universe. And I completely succumbed to that. Mm-hmm. I accepted it. I embrace it. They want to go to space in a Fiero. I'm cool with that. They want to run into a freaking satellite and explode it and then come back alive, and they're totally fine in a Russian thing. Spoilers. Dang.
Oh, man, if you guys haven't seen it, you just did.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, that was the whole movie.
Dude, Mark, let me give you like my teary moment. I teared up during Fast 9.
Okay.
Please don't judge me.
I will, but go ahead. I'll judge with love. Okay.
The thing about me, I used to street race back in high school. I had a 1987 Shelby Dodge Lancer with the turbo. I worked on the engine myself. I blew like 4 transmissions. I kept getting crate transmissions from Jasper. I love that. Jasper. And I would go to car shows, Carlisle, all sorts of stuff. I love my Shelbys, man. I had 2 of them. And big baller. No.
Big baller.
But, dude, I love those cars. They're just little 4-cylinders, but like with turbo and a whole bunch of other stuff you can do to them.
I get it, man. You got the Mustang SVO as well, the 4-cylinder turbo. I don't know if you know. It's pretty much probably the similar platform as that.
Probably. I've gotten a lot of tickets from police for my car, and they thought it was a Mustang because of the way it's kind of like a Fox body looking K-frame or whatever.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry.
But where was I heading with that? With the racing,
street racing, teared up. You cried a lot.
Oh, right. I do cry a lot. Oh my god, you're right.
No, I said you cried a lot. I'm not saying you cry a lot.
I'm crying right now. No. Oh yeah, because of Fast and the Furious. So yes. It was a part of like way back when I was racing. The first one came out, and I kind of grew up with this franchise. They were my family. You know what I'm saying?
Vin Diesel.
That's right, and it was sad after Paul Walker's passing, because it was kind of about him. Like, if you follow the first 2 movies, it's about his journey, like what he's doing, and after he was done, that's pretty much it. So you kind of have to just embrace this franchise for what it is. It's just they're keep going. We're keep going to watch these movies. We're paying them money for it. We're enjoying them, and we collect diecast from those movies as well. So that's why I like them, man.
That's a good way to look at it. I mean, I honestly I love to joke about like how outlandish they've gotten, but I still enjoy watching them. Do I watch some of the newer ones nearly as much as the old ones? No. I would say that I've seen the first one hundreds of times, and I'm not exaggerating at all. And not exaggerating. That's why I can recite the lines off and play the movie in my head. And then I think a similar movie, since we're talking about cars and car movies, I think a similar movie that we can both appreciate fully is Gone in 60 Seconds.
I was going to say this right with you, because I knew that's what you were going to say.
I'm like building it up. I'm like talking for like 5 minutes. It's a movie about cars with wheels. And then there's also a guy that has, his hairline has slowly moved to the back of his head. Nicolas Cage.
Donnie, lowrider. Donnie.
Lowrider. Yeah, so I know that movie start to finish as well. Whenever it's one of those movies you watch with somebody that doesn't know the movie, they're not going to watch it with you because you're saying all the lines. You don't know how to do it any different. Like, you're just saying the lines because you've seen it so many times. So I'm sure if anyone listening right now has not seen Gone in 60 Seconds, we can't be friends. Just turn it off. Never listen to my podcasts again. Just shut it down. No, but I'm
Side note, though, we're talking about the Nicolas Cage Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, we're talking about
the original Mach 1 Gone in 60 Seconds.
But that one was, that's worth watching, but is it nearly as good? Not even close, no. Yeah, you got some big actors in that movie, and it was just really well. I mean, you like cinematography,
right
and Cinnabons. Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Cinemanology. We're not allowed to do podcasts together.
Yeah. Oh man, yikes. So just the soundtrack is amazing. How it's put together. I like pretty much the pretty low lighting. The whole movie, it's kind of dark, but it's just a lot of good one-liners, but not too cheesy. So it's really put together well. So that's why those kind of movies I watch over and over again, like Ocean's, 11, 12, and 13 are some of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, with the minis, and they reference Ukrainian mafia in there. Yeah, I was like, nice.
Yeah, so those movies, like, The soundtracks are like really cool. I mean, I love the music, just the witty banter back and forth, and just people being basically like me. So those movies are really cool. But seriously, if you guys have not seen Gone in 60 Seconds, the Nicolas Cage newer movie, what is that? 2001, 2003? What year was that? Oh my God. One? Somewhat around there, early 2000s.
I don't even know, but let's just call it a 90s movie.
Yeah, maybe like 99, but definitely like into like 99, 2000, like early 2000s. So we'll just say that. But if you haven't seen that movie, it's a must-see if you're a car person, especially if you like Mustangs, if you like Ferraris, any of that stuff, because they have all that stuff in there. If you like Angelina Jolie, if you like Nicolas Cage, there's a lot of like really great actors in that movie. Nicolas Cage is so up and down. He can be like really good and then really bad like the next year, and it's been like that like his whole career pretty much. So hopefully it's for me and my like YouTube thing or my podcast thing, it's not going to be like that. Really good, really bad, really good, really bad. But you guys can be the judge.
Right.
So
and that's exactly why these movies are great, because it's like when people like B movies, they're not great movies. People just enjoy watching them because that part's funny, or that monster has an obvious mask on a guy. You can see like his mouth through the eye.
Yep. Yeah, that's what's funny.
Just hang out and watch it. It's like eye candy. It's it's just fun to watch. It's nostalgia and all that. No pun intended.
No, there was some pun intended on that one. I'm going to call you out.
You're right.
There was pun.
My bad.
There was like
I've been called
big pun. I don't want to be a player no more. Yeah. So, here's a question that I have for you, because it's like it's a weird question. But it's not. It's not weird at all. Back up. Okay. It's a normal question. Hot Wheels or Matchbox? I know that they're the same kind of thing now, but because I don't know if you've really listened to seen that story that just came out of the History Channel. What is it called? The something of like the story of like Hot Wheels or Matchbox.
I know what you're talking about. I did not see it yet.
It's really worth watching. It's really cool. But I learned some major things. I don't think a lot of people know, but Matchbox started out first making in Lesney, making like really basic car. Tractor, I think, was the first one, and then there's like a horse and carriage, and really basic stuff, not much detail. But fact of the matter is, they started it, But good things come from something like that. But they got kind of lazy, and they didn't, like most places, like Blockbuster, that went out of business. They didn't give people what they wanted. They kind of just like got set in their ways, and they're like, this is it. Like, this is the cool car. This is what you're going to get. So, Hot Wheels was like, no, you need these. These are futuristic. The kids were like, you got to come up with new models. They get a car designer to come in. They really start to like break the mold. But I think a lot of people really still like the matching, like everything's very stock, and that's why some people like Auto World. I know you like Auto World. But what are your thoughts on Hot Wheels compared to Matchbox, and what's your reasoning behind whatever you like more?
So sticking to Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
Yes.
I definitely prefer Hot Wheels, but I do really like the older Matchbox, like you said, the Lesney ones, where they did some of the older cars.
Yeah, and then there's super fast ones that they had, which weren't really super fast, but they made the super fast ones.
They were like more, I guess, on a like premium level. I don't know.
No, not really. Now, I mean, I don't necessarily think they. So I'm looking right at one right now. I've got one in my hand. It's a Countach. It's a Lamborghini Countach. Really cool car that I found at a I don't know, garage sale or something. It's a 1975 car, but it's a Lesney Products, and it's really cool. It's just very stock. It's got like orangish yellow glass. It's got the 90s vibe. It's just like orange, and then it has the bright green on it. And it has a nice sturdy base. Wheels are meh, it's nice as they can be. But I do appreciate these years, like these 70s '70s Matchbox cars that kind of like they tried harder for sure to make things a little bit more spicy.
Yeah.
But so you're a Hot Wheels guy. Out of any make and model, that is your favorite one. If we want to broaden it out a little bit, like, or would you say that there's like Auto World or something else that you like better? It's what would you say? Just Hot Wheels?
Well, here's the thing. I do like Hot Wheels, but like I was saying before, it's mostly the premium ones that I really like.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like about Hot Wheels is they kind of did the whole thing with the back wheels being bigger to make the cars look more muscly or whatever.
Yeah.
And hold on one sec. Forgot the phone. I'm like walking around, but all right. So I just wanted to stand in front of these. So yeah, definitely Hot Wheels is something I really like, but if we're comparing to Matchbox. But the thing with Matchbox is I like the older ones. The newer ones are kind of weird, but from what I understand, Matchbox is more scale appropriate.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
They've always really focused on that. I think even like as far as that show, it's like even like the fender, where the tire in the fender is, and like everything had to be kind of precise for cars. But kids, I think when they first were designed, they were going after kids. But then they realized, like, hey, these adults like these more, and they started like making them more for adults. And in most aspects, you have a lot of fantasy cars, and some just cars that adults aren't interested in. But the cool thing about Hot Wheels and Matchbox is that everybody's got their own preference on what they like to collect, and whatever they like to collect and leave them alone.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. I have some Matchbox in my collection. I have Hot Wheels, and I have a little bit of Auto World here and there. Mm-hmm. It's all about the casting that you're picking. It's all about the car that you're choosing. It's not really like brand loyalty is a weird thing. It's almost like I don't know if I'm very brand loyal to Sony for my camera equipment and stuff, but I don't think it's a good thing to do because the Canon's great, Panasonic's great. You got to pick out what's best for your purpose,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it goes the same for like so many things nowadays because there's like when it comes to like detailing products, because I do that. There's Meguiar's has some great stuff, but then also there's another company that does it better in a different aspect. So I'm not brand loyal when it comes to like everything because I like to branch out too. I mean, I have a lot of Hot Wheels, but I also these new Kato House 510 Mini GTs are blowing my mind, and I know you love those too. But
yeah, I was gonna say that Mini GT is my like non-Mattel car that I would company that I would choose, and Tarmac maybe.
Yeah, Tarmac works. It's just there's I've got at least David at Diecast opening to my eyes to new avenues. He sent me a couple that ruined me. I'm like, don't send those. Okay, you sent them. So,
oh my God.
And as soon as I got them, I was like, look at these lensed headlights and lensed taillights and lensed wheels and lensed tires. Wow, they're made of glass.
Dropping the terminology.
Yeah, so I have a greater appreciation for those, and of course, I've even noticed on that little blue Liberty Walk GTR, which of the R35, that even has lensed headlights, not taillights, but it does have like lensed headlights. So I don't know if you noticed that, but now I like David's ruined me, and I'm looking at everything like, oh, where's the lens headlights? Oh, you guys chimped out, you chimpsters.
You guys chimped out.
You chimped out on these.
Come on, you guys, quit chimping out.
What would Jaw do? Oh man. So what's your? I know that you love Mustangs, so like to collect those. Tell me a little bit more about that, because I know that you like Mustangs a lot. I've sent you some. I know you like to modify them. You came from a Shelby car, right? Your Daytona, right? Like a Shelby Daytona, was that it?
I had a Shelby Lancer.
Shelby Lancer.
Dodge, actually. Yeah,
Okay,
Dodge is the first one to use the Lancer name. Mitsubishi kind of used it afterwards after the companies merged.
That's a
good
piece of information. I didn't even really put that together.
My taste is very I don't know anyone else who's into freaking Shelby Dodges, I should say. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Mustang, Ford, yeah. I'm like, there's a little window where there was a lot of Carroll Shelby made a whole bunch of Shelby Dodges, like you said, the Daytona. There's a Shelby Omni, like the little almost Mini Cooper looking Dodge. There's a whole bunch of them, man.
Yeah, but people don't you don't see them that much anymore. Like, what happened to them? Did you do something to them? Did you stash them in a warehouse?
Well, good sir, I'll tell you real quick. They were all limited numbered. So the Shelby Lancers that I had, there was only 800 of them, 400 manual, 400 automatic.
That's a pretty low number.
And I got lucky at some car auction where no one knew it was a Shelby. They just sold it as a regular Dodge Lancer for like $100.
Yeah, was Alexi with you at that time? Because I know he does a lot of car auctions.
Wait, who?
Alexi.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. In Soviet Russia, he's like, this is good Dodge, you buy.
How is this? Check the titles. What, sir? What did you say? Titles? Yes. Check the titles. All of them.
Sir, we opened the hood. There's 2 goats in there. Yes, 2 goat power.
Goats is based. Okay. You don't like goats? Get out. What would Ja do? Okay.
Must change carrot in front of goats so I go forward. It's 2 gear. That's it.
Oh, man. I can just picture people's faces right now listening to this podcast. Either like a look of disgust or laughing like really hard. But nothing in between. So
No, nothing in between. They're probably just sitting there like, what am I doing with my life?
What is this? How low is my life to where I'm listening to something like this? So,
Mark, can I ask your audience something?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, Mark's audience. Can anyone tell me if anyone has ever made a 1/64 scale Dodge Lancer or Shelby Dodge Lancer? I'm trying to freaking get that in my collection. I've done some research. I don't think it's a good enough car for anyone to make anything out of, or famous enough at all. Because as far as I know, no one knows about it.
We'll get Jakarta Diecast.
Knows, let me know.
Yeah, we'll get Jakarta Diecast to make you one. He'll just. We'll have to pay him a lot of money. Yeah.
How much to make a cheap piece of crap Dodge?
He's like $100,000. Like, I'll take it.
Yes, I'll make you Dodge. What now?
Dodge who? For how much? Huh? Comment below if you have an answer to Nas, or if you have some kind of diecast mold where you can make your own Dodge, Lancer.
Yeah,
Evo.
Make Nas happy. Come on now.
Yeah, make Nas happy. At the end of the day, just make Nas happy. That's what it all comes down to. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Stole it right out of your mouth.
I know you're bad, dude.
I'm a jerk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, no, you're not. We all love you. Gosh, what was I? This is bad. You and I together, I'm like trying to keep some kind of structure to this, but I know you and I together are like butterfly, bird, grasshopper.
We're like 2 waffles that are stuck together.
Yeah, that's a interesting terminology, but I'm down.
That's the thing I said. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're like just squished together, and you're like, which one's which? Like, what sides? Am I going to ruin this thing if I pull it apart?
Why are they stuck together? Well, because you poured the same batter into a 2-thing mold, and they kind of leak over. They're different, but they're kind of the same.
People are like, what am I listening to? Is this said diecast station? It said Hot Wheels. I'm listening to 2 grown men talk about stuck together waffles. This is terrible. But tell me more. Yeah, so...
sorry, everybody. It's
sorry.
Not bad. It's not Mark's fault.
We're not that
I love
sorry.
diecast. It's great.
Diecast, good. So, so next question, which I don't even know. We're going to think of a question. So, what like keeps you excited about diecast? Is it the new models that are coming out? Is it other people's passion for them? Your passion for like finding them? I know you go to a lot of flea markets. You find some cool stuff there. So what keeps you passionate? Because I know a lot of people drop off and get out of the hobby, and I know you've been doing it for a pretty good amount of time now. Probably, I don't know, maybe as long as I have. Yeah. So what keeps you going?
Well, the thing about collecting, at least for me, I don't know, like, it kind of comes and goes in waves, and since I kind of enjoy a bunch of things, including real cars and car culture and stuff like that,
sure, yeah,
and all sorts of different things that I collected or still collect, I can always kind of switch in between them so that you don't get burnt out. Because I see a lot of people on YouTube or whatever that I watch, or even some of my friends, they'll just completely get fired up about something, and then they're just like, I'm gonna get every single thing that comes out and 50 freaking copies of every single thing that I really like, and then eventually, like, it pops because you just overloaded yourself. And that's the thing, you have to, like, control yourself. You can't just lose yourself to the hobby. The hobby's there to kind of take you away from life's problems and life's, like, other things that kind of aren't simple. And diecast and collecting things, it's more simple. At least it should be. It shouldn't be complicated like this hobby can kind of get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think I strayed off of the initial question.
So yeah, like what keeps you going? And I think you answered to it, to a certain extent. You said you gotta mix it up sometimes, and dabble in some other things like troll dolls and stuff like that.
Exactly. Oh, you got to see my troll doll collection. They're all in the basement.
Have you seen my troll doll collection? That's usually how I start off conversations with strangers. Have you seen my troll doll collection? They go, excuse me, who are you?
They have different themed ones. Some have pants, some have
no pants.
No pants.
Some have hot pants on, some have cold pants on.
Some have short. That's the beauty of trolls. Variety of pants.
Yeah, no. Well, the funny story is I do have some, like, I'm going to use the word heinous. I have a heinous troll that I got at some secondhand store that's like a little, like, monster. It's like a little monkey monster thing. And it's terrifying. So, but I bought it because I was drawn to it, and I was like, I'm going to give this to somebody who's not going to like it. I'm just going to give it as a gift. That's going to be a joke. And basically, it still makes its way through my family. Like, I don't even know who has it right now. Like, it just gets to different people. And I gave it to my niece, and she was horrified, and she, like, gave it back to me the next year or whatever. So it just kind of has moved around. But I think I tried to, like, put it up for sale online, and somebody was, like, asking me a super technical question about it, like, what's the number on the foot? I'm like, oh, let me look. It's 54692. Oh, no, I don't want that one. Okay. So I don't know. There's a whole, like, world of troll doll collectors out there somewhere, just like Beanie Babies and stuff like that. But, yeah, so I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on troll dolls. So I hope you're happy.
I think I am. I think I've reached all my goals in life after hearing that. I'm at peace.
I can go. I can go now. I can leave this earth.
I'm fulfilled with trolls. But no. See, that's the thing, man. Like what you're talking about, and now just to elaborate on that collecting thing, what keeps you going? Mm-hmm. What keeps me going now is like this community and collecting, especially in diecast, and people like you, man. Like, not to give you a big head or anything.
My head's already big.
You're a very humble dude. You're a humble dude. You help people without like getting into it with like saying, oh, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. You don't like beat yourself on the chest saying, hey man, I did this for that guy, I did this for that guy. You just kind of get things done and make people happy as much as you possibly can without any more or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I try my best to. I think everybody gets to a certain point, and you grow out of it. I mean, we're both older now in our lives, and we kind of we don't need people to tell us that that's like a good thing or whatever. But I actually get uncomfortable a lot of times, like when people thank me a lot for things, because I'm just doing it just to do it, and I try not to like announce things, because they have, like the saying like toot your own horn or whistle or whatever. It actually is like goes back into like biblical days where like these holy men, these religious men would give a poor person or a leper some money or whatever. Not even a leper, because they wouldn't even go near them, but they'd give this poor person some money, and then they would literally toot a horn to let everyone around them know that they gave this person some money. So that's a thought in my mind always too. It's like some people just really have to like, just like toot their own horn and say, look what I did. But I think as a community, when people stop doing that and just do things and not expect anything in return, not even like, of course, sometimes you want people to say thank you for you, but I don't even need that. A lot of times, like when I send something out there to somebody, I think you and I have both done the giveaway thing. You just did a huge giveaway. That was super awesome. You're a nice man. I don't know what I was going to say. I was like, you're a good, nice man. But I think you've been really good for the giveaways, and it gets frustrating sometimes with the giveaways because you get those people that come out of the bushes, the woodworks, and they just coming in for the free stuff. But I think as long as you give.
Real mean with that. I don't know why, but it bothers me when people are just kind of like, "Oh, a giveaway? I'll subscribe now." I'm like, no. That's not why I want you to subscribe. I don't need your stuff. Like, I only want you to subscribe if you want to watch my stuff. Like, that's it.
That's a tough thing because
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does, because I think anybody that's done giveaways, it feels that, and I've been lucky enough to like have everybody that won be somebody that's supportive of my channel. But of course, when you get bigger, some of those guys are 30, 60, 90, 100,000, 1 million. There's people that are just there for something. They want something in return. And I think that goes for just for real life, just life out in general. Like you meet the people, I gravitate to people that are true, real people that speak their minds like you, that are just real people, that there's no, smoke and mirrors. It's like, I know how you're feeling, you know how I'm feeling. And there's no, like, and when people ask me, we're living a day and age where a lot of people say, like, how are you doing? Like, you're like, well, not that great. They're like, good, have a nice day. So we live in a society like that. This diecast community can be a place where people can go and get positive reinforcement and get help from others. There's a lot of people out there that suffer from all kinds of ailments, mental issues going on, like, and I don't even say issues. I'm just saying, I think we all have different levels of depression in our life, and
everybody has something.
Everybody's got something.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, but you have to be able to, like, meet people where they're at and help people, and not even with physical gifts. Sometimes it's so much nicer sometimes just to, like, instead of sending somebody a car, maybe just go to their channel, watch their whole video, maybe let their whole playlist run, while you go to sleep, and then just let it all run and give them some time on that, and then just give them positive reinforcement on their videos. Because I think a lot of people starting out, I think you probably remember starting out, like, you post videos and you get like one comment and you get 6 views, so when you get people that come in and say, oh man, that's awesome video, I love that Dotson, I love how you did this or whatever, it fuels you to keep going. I think people need to, like, fill each other's cups up, because once it becomes empty, you're just like, it's like a pot of boiling water. When that water becomes empty, it just starts, like, the bottom gets red and just starts, like, warping, and you're like, no, so I think it's very important to, like, fill each other's cups up. And I think you do a phenomenal job at that. So I know that you were saying how great I am, but you're great. No, you're great. So
no, you are. No, you are.
So you're great. I think the people that I like to have onto my podcast and people that I let into my life, are positive, reinforcements, and they encourage others, and they're real, and they're not like fake type of people. So I appreciate that, and that's why you're here today, and that's why everyone that comes on here, I'm not going to have any people that are like, just in it for the subscriber numbers or get their name out there or whatever. I'm just here for the real people, the real people, diecast collectors, and I'm sure that's what you're here for too, in the community.
That's exactly why I'm here, Mark. That's why I'm talking to you. That's why I'm talking to Derek. That's why I'm talking to whoever I talk to. Is because they're talking back to me normally, like without like some kind of assumption about me or coming at me with like, I don't know. I don't want to get into things, but there's so many people out there. There's a lot of toxic people as well.
Oh,
and
sure.
You have to kind of weed through that, through your comments or whatever in daily life, even in real life,
Yeah, like your real job and stuff like that, which can be very stressful and frustrating. There's always people that are like all up in your business or lazy people that you have to deal with every day, and I think we all have to handle that and learn to deal with it.
Overly self-entitled folks, like all sorts of things, man. But before I forget, when you touched a little bit on some religious stuff, since the Christmas season and stuff, may I say something?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, man.
Oh no, just because I can forget things because we stray off. I stray off constantly.
Oh, what? You've never done that.
No, I know. I'm just. But
just say it.
So let me tell you about Idaho potatoes. They're not all from Idaho. It's just a sticker.
Some of them for Texas.
Yes, they're bigger, I guess. Sorry. Okay, so I just wanted. We were talking about giving without like asking for thanks or whatever, or expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
Because if everybody is actually generous and everybody is trying to help each other out, you don't have to tell them, "Hey, I'm helping you out. Here you go." You don't have to be like waiting for them to like thank you, even though it is nice when they thank you because you kind of that it like that it worked. It helped them, and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and you just don't ask for anything back, But the reason why I'm saying that again is because you reminded me of, this season, Christmas and stuff, and St. Nicholas. I don't know if you've heard of the man.
Yeah, St. Nick.
He's actually Santa Claus before Santa Claus was Coca-Cola man.
Yeah, Coca-Cola Bears.
So St. Nicholas was actually a real dude, and he gave away his possessions. And what happened with him was there was like one story, I guess. It's very quick, guys. I'm not gonna like preach too much or whatever. But what he was doing is he was walking down the alley, and he was walking past the window, and he heard someone crying and talking about how they have all these problems and they can't afford it, and whoever was crying, they were like, they didn't need the money for themselves. They're trying to like help someone's health or whatever, So he heard all this, and all he did was later on that night after the lights went out, what he did was throw his bag of gold coins through that window and kept walking. No one knew that he did it. No one knew what it was, but he just solved their problem, and he felt good about it. And that's all he ever wanted out of that. And after that, he got rid of his possessions, and that's why he's Saint Nicholas.
He sure is a saint. No, I think that's a great thing to remember, because I think we get so tied up in Christmas and getting stuff, like just stuff, and when it comes down to it, it's like the family aspect, the people that are in your lives, and to give without any expectations, to be able to like go into like a family thing and you bring a gift to somebody in the family and don't expect one in return. I think too many people expect stuff back. Like, what do I get? Oh man, I don't get anything. No.
Yeah.
You don't. Not this year, pal. You get coal. You get one of those Hot Wheel coals that I saw. I don't know if you saw that Matchbox coal cars that I found. I found them at this little diecast garage sale. If you ever saw the diecast garage sale video.
Dude, I don't think I've seen that video.
Oh, that's a good one.
Put myself in the corner. I thought I saw all your stuff.
No, man. Like I found one of my subscribers told me about, that's local here, told me about a diecast garage sale. She used to own a toy store, and this is right up your alley because she had a lot of other stuff there too, but mostly diecast. But she opens up her doors and like continues to sell off the rest of her stuff from her shut down business from a few years ago. So, yeah, killer stuff, man. Like I found these Matchbox. They're called coal cars, and they're like coals, and they have like mystery cars inside of them. And they're funny because it's like you get coal, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Probably send these to you.
Wait, is the car inside the coal?
Yeah, the car's inside the coal.
Okay, so you get the coal, but then you can wash it off or whatever.
No, you just like crack it in half, and it's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a car in there. So I have no idea what's inside.
It's better than it's sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's like a Sour Patch Kid. But yeah. I'm like tempted not even to give these away because I'm like, what if there's what's inside? What's inside? Cha cha cha.
What if it's a Datsun?
No, maybe. Where was that place you're gonna take me, Vince? Cha cha cha. Well, well, you can take me.
Oh, God damn it! You microwave your own.
Make your own popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. That's right. Yeah, you definitely know the first one more than me.
Yeah.
Microwave your own hot dog.
Make your own hot dogs. Okay.
Cha cha cha.
Oh yeah, Derek and I, Honest Diecast, are always dropping that line because it's just like, what was that? We just whisper it to each other. What was that place called? Cha 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 cha. Because he says it all like cha cha cha. Well, you can take me. Oh man, I'm gonna be making my own popcorn. So yeah. Anyways, we strayed off like really quick, but yeah, the holidays are just like it's a good reminder just to like give, and I'll be sending some stuff off to people that did not win a giveaway. Like I keep. I'm aware of people that are around in all my videos and that have supported me since day one. I'm very aware of it. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of people, I'm sure you have too now, a lot of people, I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people come and go from my channel and stuff. And, you got your little, sometimes people are bandwagon, just like sports and stuff, they're bandwagon, or fair weather fans is what we call it in like sports, even though I'm not even a sports guy. But, the people that have been there since the beginning and watched the progression of my channel and been there to start, sometimes I just, you just send people stuff unannounced, or, maybe even say, hey, man, what's your address? They go, why? And they're like, don't worry about it. I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's really important to, just to, reward people just with generosity. And, sometimes some cars that I've given away, I really didn't, I wasn't excited about it just because I'm like, gosh, I really like this. But once you get over the fact that it's just a car and that somebody else will enjoy it tenfold more than you, then it really brings you a lot of joy to give that car away. But if you're doing it just you're doing it just for whatever yourself or then it doesn't really mean that much. So it's pretty easy to tell when people are doing it for themselves or doing it for the other person. To bring joy to the other person. So,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, so it's.
I mean that Back to the Future thing you and the homies sent me. I told you right that I opened it before I got the email, so I had no idea what's going on. But for some reason in my mind, I'm like, this has something to do with Mark and something to do with the diecast community because there's no way. Anyway. Yeah. So. But yeah.
With that, I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, I know you did a video and you did a blurb on it on of how much you appreciate it and how much you appreciate it from me. But we'll get back to. I mean, with what happened, this was something that whatever anyone else believes, I feel like God put it on my heart to do this for Nas. So I'm not gonna take any responsibility for it. Sometimes you're just just the hands, the fingers, but. I felt the urge, the need to go to eBay and find Nas something that he knows the community, diecast community, would he can't forget that we're here for him. Put it up on his wall, and I knew it was the perfect gift, and I knew that because God put it on my heart to do. So, and it just worked out, and things do work out. Like that when it's from above, but everybody believes their own things that I'm not forcing on anybody, but that's what God put on my heart to do for you and all of us, because I'm not taking any credit for it. And the group of guys that were involved to chip in and how amazing they are.
Yes.
So it was just something that just needed to be done, And it's not about it's not even about the physical gift. It's more about to know that we're here for you no matter what. And I've told you this before, we're buddies. We've never met each other. You say we may never meet. I say we are. It's going to happen. I'm going to fly out there. We're going to meet. But it's we're like brothers, man, from another mother. So I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. I know that I could call you and talk to you about advice. And this is all stuff from tiny cars, This is a really cool thing, that I was able to meet you and some some amazing other people, and it's all through these little tiny cars, and that's really a cool thing. So
yeah, it totally is. Yeah. And you're right, dude. Yes, that is an awesome piece, the signed Christopher Lloyd piece.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. When I opened it, it wasn't because I was, it's an autograph from Christopher Lloyd. I was like, dude, this is totally touching me in, such a emotional and supportive way to where, and I still didn't know who it was from. Dude, I teared up, man. And then when the email came and I opened it and the thing was flipping and it was saying who was a part of it and everyone wrote a little bit in there. Dude, I was like, holy shnikes, I was like, this is amazing. You guys are fantastic people, and you brought people together. I know you don't want me to be you take credit and stuff, but credit's due where it's due. All you guys are amazing, and I'm really thankful for that. And that's what it's hanging on my wall. Yeah. And that's exactly what it's going to remind me every time I look at it. The amazing friendships, the amazing kindness and generosity of people who supported me during this, really difficult time that I had to go through and still going through, man. I haven't really had time to really deal with that yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So for all of you that don't know, Nas recently lost his father. And that's why, we've been there for Nas, and it's not something that some of you have gone through that, but for people that still have your father and your family, it's an unfathomable thing to go through. So that's why we wanted to let Nas know that's we're here. We're not just saying we're here for you. We're here for you, and that's why we had put that together. When I had people chip in to buy that piece that's signed, it's a super cool piece, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, go check Nas's channel out. I believe is that on Shelby Street, or is that on Naztalgic?
It might be on both, but it's definitely on Naztalgic because I wanted more people to see what was done.
Yeah.
But I am gonna take a picture and put it on my Instagram, Naztalgic_TV, so people can check it out, and I can tag all you guys in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually pretty jealous of it because I do. Nas is actually, I've always liked Back to the Future, but he's actually made me like it more. Kimber and I have done a couple marathons watching the movies, and it's such a iconic movie. I love those moon boots that he had, those the glow and stuff. I kind of want those. I know they sell them. The hoverboard,
the power laces.
Yeah, the ones they just close by themselves or whatever. But back to the point, it's just we wanted him to know that just that in his darkest times, he can just kind of I know he's got a Hot Wheel room and basically all of his collectibles in it, that he can hang something on the wall and know that there's people with their names on that card that jumped at the opportunity to chip in. I didn't have to. It's not like I had to go around and be hey, do you want to, let me, had to hound people to help out with this process of giving this gift to you. It was people jumped at the opportunity to do it with joy and love. So big props to everybody who helped out with that. I, off the top of my head, I don't want to forget anybody, so I'm not going to start naming everyone off. But it's all listed. Right, it's all listed, and I always get afraid of that because, sometimes people hold you to this high standard of since you're, on the internet or a personality or whatever, that you don't make mistakes all the time. I just I forget people's channel names all the time. I'm not very good with names. I'll admit that right now. What's your name again?
Same here.
So
I need to see a picture. Then I'll be like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. What do you drive? Like, that's always like, it's always been like, what do you drive? Oh yeah, John or whatever. Or you drive the, right. And that's how I have people in anybody that's a car person. I have people in my phone as like, if I met Nas back in the day, he'd be like Shelby Nas, or
Dotson Mark.
Yeah, Dotson Mark. That's how car guys know each other and like recognize each other. So, what do you drive? So, yeah, when it comes to like forgetting things and being kind of foggy sometimes, just give people a break sometimes, the creators out there because I try not to correct people too often. Sometimes I'll poke fun at like people like Rapid Nismo because he types a mile a minute and he's like, doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what are you trying to say there, man?
He's great.
Yeah, but he's like so excited. His like hands are like, he's like, oh, and I'm just like, oh, whoa, slow down, 1 second. What were you saying? So, but yeah, he gets so.
What? Because of his personality. Like, remember when I was doing the giveaway thing, and I was like, I can't do it with people who are outside of the country.
Yeah.
And Rapid actually won one of the things.
Of course he did.
I can't. You know what? I felt so bad about it. I'm gonna send him a package anyway. Like, I don't care.
Well, here's another option. You can just like. You can send it to me or David at Twice Diecast because we send him stuff every once in a while, and David has a pretty good hookup on shipping. So we sent him that box not that long ago, and I always tell people like, I mean, we Rapid's pretty well taken care of, So everybody sends him stuff, and I know he doesn't like find a lot over there. And if you're listening, Rapid, which I hope you are, then
better be Rapid.
We love you, buddy, and we enjoy sending you things because of your passion for the cars and for jukes. So yeah, stay juking is one of his. But yeah, and lately he's been commenting about jukes on things, and I've been like, just please stop. So he's like, that's pretty jukey. I'm like, no, stop that, none of that, no jukiness. But it's cool. Like it's funny. Like everybody talks about Rapid a lot because he's everywhere. He's everywhere. But yeah, we love his passion and his boldness. Of
Rapid
talking
ninja.
Rapid Ninja. Because he's like a little ninja. He's everywhere. But it's been funny. Like watching. Some of the younger guys in the diecast community grow into adults. It's going to be the next progression. So he's probably going to leave us all and go into the real world. He's like, I've grown up. I'm 18. I don't collect these dumb toy cars anymore. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Tired of you old guys.
Tired of you old guys. What are you doing collecting cars still? I'm 18. I don't collect cars.
Get a life.
I drive them.
Don't you collect real cars? God.
Yeah, I'm like, I do have real cars.
Just totally had a conversation with Rapid without Rapid there.
Yeah, there's no Rapid. Next on the show, Rapid Nas.
Go to bed, Rapid.
Rapid Nasmo.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at it? So
that was quick. I like it. Rapid Nasmo.
Yeah, Rapid Nasmo. If he's listening, he's gonna run with that for sure. But it's past his bedtime, so he's definitely not listening tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
You're right.
Let's talk about. I know you're a big Datsun 510 guy. Let's talk about Datsun 510s because I don't get to talk about them that often on my podcast. People are always talking about themselves. It's all about me. I'm Nas. But
I want to talk about a Pinto.
I want to talk about Pintos. I love them.
They blow up. I like it.
So tell me about your love for Datsuns and what are some of your favorite castings for like the for the 510s? What do you like?
Well, sir, I am definitely not nearly as knowledgeable as you are.
No one is.
Yeah, exactly. But this is like one of my dream cars that I absolutely love the design of. I love the simplicity of it. Mm-hmm. And I know that Soviet Russia tried to copy it with their really ugly Ladas.
Oh yeah, those are hideous. And people are always comparing them like, well, Russians are. They're like, yes, it's like the Vlada or whatever it's called. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's not. Anyways.
Well, that's the thing. They pretty much ripped off that design from a Datsun and Fiat, something Fiat.
I know what you're talking about.
Whatever is a basic car, boxy car design, you know?
Yeah.
But I grew up with, you know, I was living in the USSR. My country was a part of that godforsaken collective. So I grew up with those Soviet cars up until I was about 10 years old. So I'm very used to that shape, and my dad had a couple of them. And when I actually saw for the first time I saw a Datsun, I'm like, whoa. For like 5 minutes, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, that actually has body lines and everything.
Quiet, Mark. I'm going to reenact this for 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, ready. Whoa.
Okay, keep going.
Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. 5 minutes.
People are trying to find the exit button on their podcast right now. They're like, how do I get out of here? And it's like the phone locks and they have to put a passcode in, but they forgot it. They're like, oh, how do I get out of here? Try to turn it off and it just gets louder. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, when I saw the first Datsun, I'm like, that is way better looking than that thing, and I want that. And I have an equal love for the BMW 2002.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that shape. I'm completely in love with that. I don't know the engine terminologies or what's better or what's worse. I'm purely just looking at this car, and I want that. It's fantastic.
Are you talking about the 510 or the 2002 for like engine terminology?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, both. But well, yeah. I mean, the engines. I've always been more of I'll work on the body. I'll fix up all the issues you have with that. But with the motor, I could probably play with the Datsun motor because it's older. It's not as complicated as some of the newer engines.
Yeah. Well, I thought you liked the goat powered cars, like the two goat JZs.
Exactly. I only know two goats power. So if it has an empty boot, I will put two goats in it, and it will power me
forever
to the prairie.
To the prairie. Okay.
Oh God. But no, that's my favorite casting. I told you why I like the Datsun instead of my favorite casting. Right now, I'm very happy that I found that Super, to be honest with you. But the casting that I like more is, I think, the one before this, where the grille and headlights are a separate piece. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You're talking about the OG first generation 510 casting. That's a two-piece.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, the front end is, as soon as you take the base off, the grill comes out of it.
Yes,
and it's just an empty. Yeah, it's an empty grill. So the newer versions have just painted like solid front grills. But yeah, I would agree with you. I do like the older casting better. The ones that are like that when you take the base off. And I like metal bases. I'm a snob. I talked about that recently. I do not like plastic bases. And some people just love, they keep using them and they reuse them and stuff. And I'm like, no, get that out of here. So one of my go-to 510s for doing customizing, I like that 50th anniversary blue one with the white stripe on the top of it because it has a metal base, and I can take the metal base off of it, use it for something really cool, and then put a plastic base on that and, put some wheels on it, give it away, whatever. Somebody's like stoked to have it. But I'm like, give me this metal base. I want the metal base. And I say it like that.
The base.
Yeah, I'm like, my precious. So yeah, I do. I'll agree with you on that one. I mean, I think the 102, the blue 102 car is the first main line, and that's definitely probably my favorite one. If I could, I'm tempted to there's so many cool decos and livery on all these, but the 102, I'm tempted to make my 510, my real life 510, that car. But that would be cool. But at the same time, I kind of want to create something new. So Hot Wheels, like at a Legends tour, they'll be like, we need that as a Hot Wheel. Because that's my life goal, is like to have my 510 be a Hot Wheel. Was there anything, is there anything cooler than that?
No, I can't think of anything at all.
Yeah, so I'd rather just create a new design. I do have a buddy that is an incredible designer. I'll show you. I'll send you some stuff that he's done.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, but he's done some pretty sweet stuff. I mean, he's did one for like a E.G. Hatch. That's incredible, like design for that. He's called Waffle Designs on Instagram. Waffle Designs.
Speaking of waffles.
Yeah, we talked about waffles earlier.
Yeah. I guess he's another one of them sticky waffles.
Yeah, he's stuck together. It's a trifold waffle.
Trifold. Yeah. Okay. My brain broke.
Trifling waffles. Man, you're trifling.
What would Ja do?
What would Ja say? Edwin happens to know a few things. Murder. Edwin happens to know a few things about waffles, and what Edwin happens to know is it's not how you stick them together; it's how you tear them apart.
Ooh, damn! That's knowledge. It's been dropped. Drop the mic.
Drop the knowledge. So yeah, 510s, cool, man. Like I am very passionate about them. I'm always talking about how I just kind of want to downsize. I truly want to downsize my collection and focus more on finding all the obscure, 510s, because there's so many. It's exhausting. People don't realize, like, there's all these, like, strange convention cars. There's Mexico, Brazil. There's, like, the 2 variations of Japan. I'm like, why'd you do that to me? Because they're, like, $400 a piece. And I'm like, why couldn't you just make one? They got to make a left and a right. But luckily enough, Hewitt's made me customs, which are better than the real thing, in my opinion.
Oh man!
But
yeah, I would say so as well.
Yeah, so it's but I honestly, eventually I'll have to get the real ones too, like just to have them, just to have them, just to have them. And so yeah, there's all these obscure ones that cost a ton of money because they've been like hyperinflated. A lot of them. I mean, is a tiny BRE car that's worth $1,000 or $2,000? No, not really. I mean, I guess it's still kind of a low production car, but it's like, gosh, that's a lot of money. So, yeah.
This reminds me of what we were talking about before about collecting the diecast stuff, and why I was also cutting down, because weeding stuff out, because once you start collecting, you're like, oh my god, you discover all these castings and you want one of each,
Yeah.
And then what you start realizing is every year it's technically the same castings with different colors and wheels.
A lot of the times, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there will be, new for the year or whatever introductions, of course, they have to. But, like, once I started looking at it, I'm like, dude, it's almost like an addiction thing to where you have to get everything. And that's why what you're saying now, you're also thinking about, weeding stuff down and kind of focusing your collection on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is so much, you kind of have to do that. You know what I mean? You kind of have to pick out certain castings that you like if you're going to almost be a completionist, because it's impossible to get every Hot Wheel out there, It is. And then you have, like, the newer stuff, which is cool, but, like, my favorite casting of this last year was, like, the Liberty Walk R35 GTR, but then they have a red variation. Next year they might have a yellow variation. Who knows how long? And it's like, it's to be honest with everybody out there listening, it's kind of exhausting sometimes, because you can't. It's like Pokemon. You're not going to catch them all. You might catch some of them, but you're not going to catch them all. So yeah, it's and if you do catch them all, that means you just devoted your life to catching Pokemon. Yeah. Is that what you want?
You're like, what have you done with your life? Oh, I have every Datsun 510 ever created. Other than that, not too much. Not too much. No, it's
that's cool, man. Like, come on, man. Like, looking at my collection, the reason why I stuck to the Naztalgic name is, and I always stray off of that, is because my collection is all about memories, just like that piece I got from you, from you guys, with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Each piece in there has a story. Each piece in there has some kind of memory that I attach to it. I'll even, if someone sends me something and I already have it, I'll get rid of the thing I have and replace it with the one that someone sent me. That way I have a story from that, and
That's not a bad idea.
This,
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
I like that. I like that. I'm going to steal that. That's mine now.
Please. I think that's what people should do. I mean, it's no longer an object, It's attached to a good feeling, a good memory. You're reassured now. When you go into your collection room, you're surrounded by positivity, and that's kind of what I've been about lately. But that's what it's all about, man. It's not about all this stuff. All this stuff's gonna turn into dust, man. As long as it makes you happy right now, do it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, everything. It's like from dust to dust. I mean, everything's like created basically from dust, and it's going back to dust, including ourselves. It's important to have the relationships, and like that's what I love most about. Like all these diecast homies of mine, Hot Wheel homies, diecast homies, because not everybody collects Hot Wheels. You got to remember that. But there's a lot of other diecast people out there that they collect everything, or maybe everything but Hot Wheels. I don't know. Maybe they have a vendetta against Hot Wheels. I'm going to get really close to the mic. But yeah, it's the community, the awesome people, Honest Diecast, Twice Diecast, Chuck Flying Valiant, Hewitts. I mean, you have Bruce Zolo. I mean, there's so many people.
Bruce, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Zolo. I mean, the reason I had him on the podcast, he just started creating, and it's good to talk to people about. I loved having Bruce on. It was one of the best interviews, so much better than this one. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, so much better. No, I'm kidding, 100%. But 99%. But Bruce was really, really nice to have on because he wasn't even a creator at that point. But he's a valuable asset to the community. He's so giving, so kind. He's watching everybody's stuff. He's a part of the mix, and he's just a really valuable person to have. So, of course, I wanted to, talk to him and encourage him to, hey, dude, you got to start posting stuff. We want to see what you're doing. We want to be, more of a part of your life, too. And I love when people comment on my channel and stuff, but I like to go check out and see what they got. I mean, whenever I see, most of the time when I see a new subscriber or a comment, I love to go check that person's channel out, see if they got stuff going on. A lot of times they don't, but because not everybody's there to create, and that's what's cool about YouTube, and is that there's certain people that are there to create, and there's certain people there to watch, to be entertained, And I think Nas, I'm gonna boost your ego real quick. I think you bring a huge entertainment factor. You've inspired me to make better thumbnails. You've inspired me to edit my videos better and take a little bit more time sometimes. So, that's huge for me that you've been an inspiration to dial things in a little bit more. And Mark,
it's not how you stand by your car. It's how you drive your car.
You better learn that. This gets all it sounds like Danny, Danny Glover.
Blowing up my ego. I apologize. Back to my ego. Thank you.
Well, now it's deflated. I'm going to deflate it now. I'm going after it. Now, me and the mad scientist got to tear apart the egg and piss rings you fried.
Doctor, I concur.
Doctor, I concur.
I concur, Doctor.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I don't know if you heard this before, but Jesse from the first Fast and Furious is from a town next to mine, where I grew up, and that's where
you live next to everybody.
It's funny, I do. It's funny, I do. I was telling you, before we even came on air, we were talking for a second, and Jim Caviezel is from the same city he is from. He's from Mount Vernon, Washington. So there's some bigger names out of this weird little city. There's not much going on there. It's kind of, the city's not good. I wouldn't move there. But yet, I think that's why they became famous, because they were so ready to get out. They're like, I'm out of here. You've got Kurt Cobain is from Aberdeen.
Just get out.
Yeah. I mean, you had Kurt Cobain, one of the biggest musicians ever, especially grunge. He's out of Aberdeen, Washington, which is just the armpit, the absolute armpit of Washington. And
the stinky bit,
yeah. So everybody can agree on that too. Even for usually if you talk about a city, and you're just like, oh, that's terrible. People from there are like, hey, no, what are you talking about? That's a good city. But like when in Aberdeen, they're like, yeah, no, it's terrible here. We hate it too. But yeah, you have some of these people that come from these little towns, and I don't know why I live next to these people, but I would love to get him like on the podcast one of these days. I think that'd be cool. Just to, and I, pick his brain about life, and stuff. He seems like a strange dude.
All right, everybody, let's get Jim Caviezel on Mark's show.
Yeah, no, not Jim Caviezel, but I would like to have him too. But I was talking about Jesse from Fast and Furious because I just want to talk about.
It was a poorly timed joke.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just not going to give it to you on air. I don't want to. I just inflated your ego. I'm not going to go back there again and keep it pumping up. So I'm gonna bring you down a little bit.
That's why I made the joke. I'm like, everything I say is funny, and you're like,
no,
okay, no,
not today.
Go in your corner.
Yeah, I'll just be like. Yeah. Oh, okay. I just haven't used one of those in a while, so I just had to. So yeah, there's some cool people in this area. Well, from this area, they all escaped, but and I'm probably gonna do the same one of these days, and get out of the state, and just go live with Nas. I'm just gonna live in his Hot Wheel room. It's gonna be fun.
I got an extra room. You're more than welcome to crash there.
Yeah. Well, we will come visit. Kimber and I will come check you guys out.
Kimber can come visit you.
Yeah, she can come visit me every once in a while. Just
Yeah, once in a while. Like, hey, Mark, how you doing? You're like
behind bars. Help me. Help! I slide her a note that says "Help 911." She's like 116. Oh man, that's
spelled out on the calculator upside down. Help!
Oh man, this podcast is going downhill fast, as usual.
That's all right.
No.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. I'm in your face. I'm in your faces. It's like
that's right. We're
Nicolas
both in your
Cage.
faces. How's that? How about that?
Yeah, it's Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. A face-off. I'm in your faces.
I'm in your cage.
I'm in your Travolta. What? No, that doesn't work quite as well.
I'm in your Travolta. Face off.
So I have a question for you that I forgot to ask you. Tell us about I know you went on like a journey of posting a ton of videos. Like during like the beginning of COVID? When was that? I forget. But you were posting videos like a madman. Tell me how you're still alive to this day after doing that, because it looked exhausting.
Oh man, it was. It was an experiment, man. Like I just really wanted to try this out because I was doing a whole lot of like scrap metal videos because I was working with this dude. I deleted all those videos. That's a whole different story. But all those videos were doing amazing. Like 80,000 views, all that good stuff. We were finding stuff in storage units, blah blah blah. So house cleanouts and all that kind of ended, and I'm like, I started doing walking and talking, and I'm like, I wonder if it's true that if you make videos every day, post like at least one video a day, maybe 2 videos, and just keep doing it, make sure you do it right. I watched a whole bunch of videos. I learned how to use YouTube. I learned how to use the algorithm. Like I really studied it like hardcore. And so I was like, I'm going to apply all this knowledge.
Yeah.
And I did. And basically for first initially it was going to be just for like a month to 3 months, I think was the initial plan. And I was like, you know what? I'm starting up my Hot Wheels thing, collecting thing. I really got like the itch to just collect diecast again. Mm-hmm. And when I started, it still wasn't like a scalper world. Hot Wheels didn't blow up yet. It was right before 2020, maybe like 2 months before all that started.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to try this. So I was tagging everything with all the proper tags. I was writing things were supposed to be. Did you know that you're only supposed to put like when you do the hashtag in the description, you're only supposed to put up to 4 tags. You can't do any more because if you do more, it kind of confuses the algorithm.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that. I put 200. Is that too many?
Yeah.
That's about 196 too many. You don't want to do that.
Under 4. Okay, Mark. Okay.
Okay, you get it. Okay.
I'm pushing up my glasses. Okay. I actually was. That's funny. But yeah, so I did all that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I can tell you about it maybe later. Or
maybe over lunch.
A whole podcast on how to use YouTube.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's all your call. But yeah, I applied all that and it worked, man. I wasn't asking anyone for any money. I wasn't. Well, I never do. But like, there was no like Patreon or whatever. I would usually say if you want to donate something, use my PayPal. you know?
Send me all the monies.
Yeah, like 2 people did that, and I was like, okay, great, I'm gonna stop doing that. So, it wasn't about that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use just purely YouTube and rely on the AdSense that from people watching your ads. Yeah. And I strongly encourage everyone who's listening to this, if you're watching your favorite YouTubers, watch the ads, unless it's one of those like 45-minute ads where you're like, I just want to watch 2-minute video.
It spins off into a movie that you're all of a sudden watching. You're like, what is this? Like a B-list movie? You're like, what?
You're watching like 2001: A Space Odyssey. You're like, wait a minute, I just wanted to watch Nas looking freaking Hot Wheels at Target.
Yeah, what am I watching? Where's Nas?
What's the meaning of life? I don't know. Is that a space baby in space? What's happening? Monkeys with the tripod?
I don't like this. I'm scared.
I'm scared. So yeah, you can skip that, okay? But if it's like a 30-second freaking ad, watch it. It's your favorite YouTuber, or it's just a guy you enjoy. That's the best way to support him, man. Like, do that. That's the least you can do.
Yeah, it's free. It's free, dude. Like, I think the biggest thing that people like, there's all these debates, and we won't get into all that about membership and Patreon and all that stuff. In my
that can be a whole other podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast, and there's so many different opinions. But when it comes down to it, I support a handful of people. Without a blink of an eye, I support them because of what they do for the community, what they've taught me, and what they continually do. Like I pay them like $5 a month or whatever to give me like this awesome content, and to me that means like it's not much money. It's like a cup of coffee per month, like less than, like you go to Starbucks, you pay like $7 for a cup of coffee, maybe like a bagel, that doesn't even taste good. And, so yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's, you're helping somebody out that you're like basically watching their content for free. And, there's been the argument, like I think Andre Cruz says like, I pay for internet. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we all pay for internet, But at the same time, it's like you pay for cable and all that stuff too. But it's just a nice gesture to like at least watch their ads or watch the whole video through, comment, share stuff when you can. I mean, I love to share stuff. Like if it's something really cool, I share it with a buddy that will appreciate it because not a lot of people do that. I don't feel like, but when people share my stuff that they just share it like on their Instagram or whatever, it means a lot to me. It's like somebody sent me a super treasure hunt, honestly. Like it's like when somebody takes your video and says, oh, check out Mark's new video, this is hilarious or whatever. That's a very easy thing for them to do, but it helps me out a lot and it makes me feel good. You know what? It just makes me feel good. And I think a lot of people like need to continue to remember to do that and what it means. And I've got a new Dotson buddy, Tiny Toy Tire. Gosh, I suck at names. Let me look this up real quick so I don't butcher it. But I'm going to give him a shout out real quick because he just created a channel. And let's see here if I can find it. Yeah, Tiny Toy Tires. He's a Dotson guy. And he's, on Instagram, but I talked him over into YouTube, and he posted a video of his collection.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about him before. I actually subscribed to him because you were talking about him. So there you go. That's how you help each other, folks.
Do it. So yeah, he's funny. I enjoy him. He's got a good sense of humor. He's down to earth. He's like you and I. I'll probably have him on the podcast. I mean, I can guarantee I'll have him on here, and he's listening. He's like, "Oh yeah, you think so? I don't think so, Mark McHotwheel." But No, I enjoy I enjoy like his collection's really cool. It's very similar to mine. It's a lot, the same taste and stuff in cars. Loves Datsuns, and he was just a little bit apprehensive about hopping on to YouTube. He didn't really understand it at all. You got to flip the camera a different way. You've got to do different things. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of daunting. It's just kind of intimidating sometimes for people to like get started on YouTube. But he did it. He made that first video. It's funny. It's good. It's a great first video. So I wanted to, tell everybody to go check him out because I shared a link to his channel and everything. And even if it, gains a couple subscribers, that's good for me. I mean, I know you've shared my channel numerous times, and there's not enough like thanks in the world for that because it's like is that you?
Oh, Taco Bell. No, that was one of my Northeast Philadelphia people driving by in a rice burner, I believe they're called.
It's a pooter pipe that they have on their rice rocket.
With that fake turbo blow-off valve.
Yeah, got that woo. But anyways, so I just, will show encouragement to anybody who needs it. But I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm, proud of you for, all that you've done and your channel and your growth and everything. And I like being a moderator on your channel, too, because I can, like, kick trolls out and, like, tell people, beat it, nerd. Like if they're being nasty and mean or like saying bad things, especially if it's bad about Nas, they're gone. So
I appreciate that because I haven't been noticing anyone saying bad stuff. So I guess
all the time. I'm like, it's a full-time job for me. They're doing it like all day long, and I'm shielding you from all that because I'm just like, I'm at work. I'm like, oh, they're at Nas again. They're calling him a dummy face, and I gotta. No, I'm just kidding. Like it's very rare that I have to do that, but like when I have a list of mods too, I think you're one, and if you're not, I'm sorry, we'll make you one. But I think I made you a mod. But yeah, when people like live chats and stuff like that, I don't have any patience for trolls or people just coming in and like stirring the pot about something that doesn't matter. So yeah, I appreciate people that like Static Crispy and stuff like that on YouTube, Brian, that he, kicks people out or puts people in timeout. But yeah, I mean, it goes back to like that pod, not even like the live stream that we did, you and me and Derek. That was a fun. That was a funny one because there's like all those trolls in there, and me and Derek were just like, just give us the wrench, just give us the wrench. We're gonna take care of these guys, and we did.
Yeah, that was brutal, man. I don't even understand. It must have been one of those like weird things. I don't know who those people are, but it was really strange, man. It was like a weird attack.
Yeah, it's weird, and you run into that stuff like, on the internet. It's just there's trolls that just pop out, and I don't know, but you got the Troll Patrol. The Troll Patrol is on it. I just came up with that. Don't write that down. Don't even remember it. And I know there's David Twice Diecast is recording that. I know he's gonna try to sell it right now.
I was gonna freaking add to it and talk about trouser trolls too, and oh well.
Trouser trolls. Oh, you mean like the trolls we were talking about earlier? But the don't
earlier.
wear pants.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
come on, Mark.
I don't know. I call that the Donald Duck. Just wear your pants, sir. But yeah, before we get too off track, so it's just, it's good to constantly encourage people to not give up when they're starting out on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, because the same could be said for like Instagram. Like, it's kind of not easy to grow on there. It's not going to be overnight. As soon as you stop caring about the numbers, I think you'll do fine. As long as you post stuff and you're intentional and you're passionate about what you're doing, don't look at the numbers. Don't even look at the likes a lot of times because, you can look at analytics on, YouTube to see which videos do the best and everything. But at the same time, sometimes I just don't care. I just want to post it for like my subscribers, like just my subscribers. There's going to be like new people that come in. Great. That's awesome. But, for the people that have been with me from the start. I really am intentional about making stuff for those people, because they've been with me since day one, and I appreciate that, and I recognize that. So it's pretty cool.
Right on, man. No, same way here. Even though I did that experiment we were talking about, that was an experiment that worked out amazing, and I got this whole. I think I gained a total of 2,000 subscribers just from the Hot Wheels videos I started making. And from that amount of subscribers, the good ones trickled down. So, like, people like you, friendships, people that have common interest and genuine interest.
Oh,
and
I'm not
genuine
subscribed.
Respect for each other.
I'm not subscribed.
What's up? Oh.
I'm just kidding. Are you assuming that I'm subscribed to you? You're like,
guess
what?
I was. How dare I assume these things? Oh my god. I'm sorry, man.
Did you just assume my subscription?
I hacked your account and subscribed for you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, man. That was bad. But no, you were saying that. So the good ones trickled down, and that's me, just me. I get it.
Yeah. So out of the 2,000 subs, I got Mark.
You got me, man. That's it.
That's all I need, man. And a little sprinkle of Derek too.
Yeah, a little Derek. Winning's winning. Nothing else matters.
That's right.
Winning's winning. Okay.
Hey, man, when you I would love to say when you gain a friendship of two guys who are best friends with each other, that's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and we, Derek and I think both love you equally. But I mean, I love you more because I can say that he's not here right now.
No doubt, he's not even going to listen to it. So yeah, you're my favorite.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't even listen to my podcast. No, he definitely does, and he's been such a good supporter of my journey on YouTube. I mean, Derek is Honest Diecast on YouTube is who got me to get posting videos. He inspired me to post videos. I mean, just like everybody else, it's kind of a daunting task to like create an account and just start posting stuff. It's kind of awkward, You're like, what do I do with my hands? Like, what do you? And it's nice to have somebody that's like already kind of figured it out. Like this is how you do it. This is how you post it. This is how you edit it. And I kind of just got it and rolled with it, And I mean, but basically me visiting down there and being on camera with them because I'm not shy. Everybody knows that. But I can be. Like, I think I'm one of those people that's an extrovert and an introvert. I'm both, and that's a fact. Because there's times where like if I don't feel comfortable around people, or if I don't like trust them, or there's like you know what I'm saying. There's just people that you feel like that are real and funny and nice and like open, and the people that have the open arms and everything. I feel really comfortable. I can be myself. I can be goofy. But then there's like I don't know, man. There's just the people that are fake. And so
you feel it. You can sense it.
You feel it, and you don't open up. I close off. Like I just I'm over here in the corner. Like leave me alone, kind of a deal sometimes. So
that's me in the spot. Like
losing my but yeah, it's but for me, with Derek, of course, we have such a good time, and we do the ugly laughs and stuff together because we laugh so hard that it just hurts. I mean, those are the true friendships, like in life, is where you find the people that make you feel like a kid again, and then you also laugh until you're hurt, man. Your stomach hurts, your face hurts.
Yeah, man.
And that's
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and that's like
hurt right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been smiling and laughing pretty much the whole time while we've been talking, and
passing gas.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. I have this pad. That absorbs it, and then it turns it into Hot Wheels. So I've stopped buying Hot Wheels because it just
you gotta teach me, master.
It's just and then Hot Wheel, and I never know what I'm gonna get, but it's mostly zoom ins, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's the Guster Gasser.
Oh snap! Took it full circle.
Yes, funny joke, good check mark. Not funny.
Joke good. Approved. Stamp.
cruise stamp. Nas approval. Nas approve. Yeah.
Nas approve. That's all you need, man.
So, gosh.
Oh, God.
What?
The shame.
Yeah. My parents listen to these podcasts too, and not that they don't know who I am already. They're just like, okay, now he's talking about farts on a podcast. That's my son.
Oh, we're kidding around.
Yeah, they're like,
Mark's the best dude in the world, guys. Thank you for bringing this lovely light into the world, Mr. and Mrs. Dotson.
Mr. and Mrs. Dotson Man diecast. Yeah. So no, my parents are. It's fun to. They know you. They know about you. I talk about people that I like a lot, that I love, and so they know who you are. They've seen some of your videos. They watch some other people's videos. I'll send them stuff, and they're very supportive of the channel and the stuff that it happens on the channel too. I mean, they inspire me to give, and they support any kind of charity thing that I do. They're great people. They raised me, so that's wonderful, man. Yeah, they I love them to death, So I'm truly blessed to have them, and so I hope they're listening, and I hope they don't get full of themselves as well.
Mark, man, cherish them every moment with them. Freaking cherish it, because
I have, man. I have, and my mom had breast cancer a few years ago, and man, I was ready to. You kind of have to prepare yourself for losing. I had to prepare myself and give her up to be able to lose her, because it was, that's where a lot of times it goes. She beat it. Thank you, Jesus. But and then then my dad had open heart surgery. That was not just like it wasn't just like a stint or something. They cracked him open, and it was like some little valve, and there's always complications. I mean, I just heard of somebody else's, father passing away, or actually, my dad's friend passed away from the same surgery, and he was just telling me about that. So it's like, you really have to cherish the people that are around you, and people, you hear that a lot, and sometimes you just brush that off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You brush it off like, oh, my parents, my sister, my brother, my best friend's going to be around forever, but that's not true. And they could go in a blink of an eye, and I could go.
We all can.
Yeah, we all can. I could go down to the grocery store and never come back. So, you really
not have about age, guys. Yeah. Cherish everybody.
Yeah, and it's not about age. And there's cancer. That's a nasty, nasty thing out there that kids are getting sick, and then there's just accidents that happen. I mean, cars accidents and stuff like that. So, you really have to tell people that you love them and how much they mean to you, because they're not going to be around forever. And I know it sucks to think about, but it's something that when they are gone, like you talked about, Nas, you can't call them anymore. You can't they're not there for you anymore. So it's not here on earth at least, but it's
they're on a whole different journey now.
Yeah, and it's it's tough to fathom. I mean, it's tough to go on, but that's the reason that that. I mean, I know that your dad was super proud of you, and I know that. I mean, I just know that. I mean, I didn't know your dad, but I know that he's proud of you and what you've become and what you're gonna become, because we're all growing every day, and I know that I've seen you grow just from the time that I've known you on YouTube, and just recently we started talking, texting and talking on the phone and stuff like that. But I've seen you grow, and we all grow, and we can help each other grow as people, and encourage each other and everything. So I know that your dad was very proud of you, and that he knows that you'll be okay, and that you have homies to help you out whenever you need it, like myself. Just
thank you, Mark. You're amazing, dude. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, we love you, man. And, as when I found it's funny because, when I'll just, because we're always, so real with each other and everything. But when I found your videos, I was, so drawn in to your channel and everything. But at the same time, I don't like swear a lot and stuff like that. So I was like, at the same time, I was like, ooh, like it was just like, and we've talked about this,
I know.
but it was like, at the same time, I was like, ooh, but it's like, it's not like I haven't been around it. I mean, I work in the automotive industry and stuff like that, so I hear that all the time, and I've been guilty in a lot of portion of my life of using the foul language and stuff like that. I know I try really hard, but I've seen you change as well in that aspect, that you're trying to get that under wraps a little bit, because it's just like it becomes like a habit, of just.
Oh, Mark, just a side note, like for YouTube and stuff, there's very often that I'll exaggerate things. In real life, I don't curse really.
Yeah, it's just
it's only appropriate,
YouTube.
Like you said, like at a job, if something happened, you're like, expletive deleted times 5,
Yeah, just drop something on your foot. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. When it's warranted or if there's a call for it. But I never really just go bleep 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 bleep. Like that was more for like a comedic effect. Also, my homeboy Andre, when we're together, it's one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
It goes in that direction, you know what I mean?
No, I do. I noticed that. I mean, I noticed those weird things. I'm like, I like overanalyze things and stuff. But I noticed that. I think I did notice that, like, you swear a lot more with Andre than, like, you barely do it at all with Maggie when you're on the videos. Like, maybe just, like, a little tiny bit. Maybe she does, too. But it's like, it's
just a smidge.
Just a smidge. But no, my personal thing is too, like with my channels, I try to like make it safe for kids too. But I mean, everybody has their own thing, and I'm not telling anyone not to swear if you don't want to or whatever in your channel, because it's your channel. You can do whatever you want.
YouTube, man.
It's YouTube. You can do whatever you want. And people will either like it or they won't, and they can subscribe or they can not subscribe. So that's fine. Just do your own thing. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. Of course, it's nice to find, some substance out there of people that care. And I know that people, I don't judge anyone, it's, if anyone wants to, if they want to swear or do whatever and that, I may not follow them or, do that stuff, but everyone can do whatever they want. And, but I think the biggest thing is like, you just have to like, be friends with people, like, even if they're not like you, or if they don't have the same beliefs or political beliefs or whatever, like, whatever happened to that, it's just like, where you can just, like, be friends still, no matter what your political or religious or whatever beliefs are. I think it's very important just to love people and, just get along with them and just, I don't know, just the love thing, just love on people. So I don't know where I was going with
no
that.
Doubt.
But
it's you say that with love, and not to take it to, maybe some people are like, what's with all this religious-y stuff, but we're all little pieces of God if you think about it. We're all Him, so if we treat each other with love, then we're gonna get that same back.
Yeah, and, I think it's
basically,
just,
do you love yourself?
Yeah.
That's how you should treat everybody.
Yeah, I think everyone. I mean, it gets to be kind of a crazy world out there. But if you basically kill people with kindness, it really does work. I think we were talking about that yesterday. On a video podcast from a super secret channel that's going to be around soon. We were talking about just like killing people with kindness. Like if somebody comes to your channel and they're like, oh, that video is stupid. And then, you just be like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. What did you not like about the video? And you can be like kind to people and not just be like, well, then get out of here, and then just like kick them out. But you can be like nice back to people without just firing back, with just being super like defensive or aggressive with people. You can like actually build relationships with people that are kind of being nasty. And sometimes you can't. Like, and if you can and they don't want to be cordial or they just want to be nasty, then you just kick them out. Because we don't have time for that. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times if you're just like nice to they don't understand like, well, why are you being nice to me? I'm being a jerk to you. Because a lot of people, we live in a time like of unsurety right now. There's COVID. There's all this stuff happening, people are edgy, people are driving like crazy people are impatient, they're not being necessarily as kind. Everybody deals with different people on a daily basis. I deal with a lot of self-entitled people every day in my work, so I see a lot of first world problems, and it just kind of drives me nuts sometimes. But I still am nice to those people. I show them kindness and love, even if they're being jerks, because I deal with a lot of jerks on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
So
that's all you have control over is what you can offer, what you present. You can't control them. You can only do what you can.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just important to be kind to other people. You never you never know what they're going through. I think it's like, what's that? I posted that not too long ago. I think it was a Robin Williams quote. It was like, you just be careful, just like what you say to people. You never know what they're going through. You never know where they're at. So, I mean, somebody could...
Or what they're going through, or,
Yeah, mentally, physically,
they have mental issues, you have to kind of give people a little bit of a buffer,
Great. I mean, you have to give people grace, where it's due. I mean, because... Yeah, you never know. Like, even that bully in school or whatever, it's either like maybe their parents are hitting them or like whatever. You never know like how it's progressed, into that situation. So there's a lot of like internet bullies, and there's real life bullies, and it's really more difficult to be kind back or turn the other cheek if because you want to just fight back and fire back. And I go through that too, because I'm quick-witted. I can be kind of aggressive sometimes too. Outside of my Hot Wheels world and my channel, I work in a very stressful job. Sometimes I snap at people that don't deserve it, and everybody's human. Everybody does that kind of stuff, but it's as long like it's a journey that you have to like work on. You have to like be aware of doing that stuff and be quick to apologize and to kind of correct it and just like be nicer to people, even if they're being super lazy, aggressive, annoying, obnoxious, whatever it is. It's good to give people some grace, because you don't know what they're going through either, because you're going through something, but they're probably going through something too. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't try, then what's the point? Then no one's trying, right?
Yeah, no one's trying. It's just some crazy rat race, So, but we have each other in this diecast community to help lift each other up. Outside people can come in and say it's a clique or a circle or whatever, but it's not, because I'm excited to see new people come into the community. I love seeing new people, and you see the same face, somebody commenting on a new video, and they're like, "Oh, I love your stuff. I'm watching all this." It's like, I love people when they come in and they can be a part of the community. It's not some clique. It's not some circle of people. It's come on in, just be respectful and kind to people. Don't be a jerk. It's like, it's like what you say, what you say. And, it's
I guess if you're genuine, like it really, you don't need to be in a gang or whatever. If you're genuine and everybody sees that and feels that from you, then you're just there,
Yeah.
It's not that you don't necessarily have to be a part of anything, really. It's just human interaction, human connection, and we're just happening to have that connection through this Hot Wheels community. I guess call it a community, if anything.
Yeah, it's a community for sure, It's a community for people that want to be inside the community, and they're not just looking for to get something out of everything. But it's a pretty amazing thing. I will say that we did an interview with a couple people from the UK yesterday that have some. I mean, they have some life experience and with cars and diecast, and they are amazing people. I really enjoyed talking to them. But yeah, they're excited about getting into the diecast realm of it, because it's fairly new to them, and they're into like the customizing stuff and everything. So that's something that you guys are really going to enjoy that comes out. I'm going to tease you guys for a while now and just tell you hints and stuff like that. But I can't wait. Yeah, it's really, it's really exciting, because we're excited. The reason I haven't been posting much lately is because of that. Same with, I'm going to tell you who's involved. I mean, I already did, I think. But Twice Diecast, David, and then Chuck. Twice Diecast. I did it every time. But we were just talking about how nobody can commit on that. You know, I just heard Eddie at Simple Customs do it in his video, and he's like, Twice Diecast. Like, no one can commit. They can't fully commit to it. They can't go, Twice Diecast, let me go ahead and open it. You know, that's commit.
I always forget the second verse.
Because he opens everything and then puts it back. Let me go ahead and open it. Yeah, so.
Then put it back.
Then put it back and give it away. Today. So, yeah.
Love David, man. See how much people love you? We're singing about you. You're not even here.
No, my favorite thing about David is I know he watches my whole videos because he gives me timestamps of when I do the Twice Diecast. He goes, oh my gosh. And he gets me. He continues to get me, like,
Really?
and tricks me. Yeah. He goes, oh man, I thought it was amazing at timestamp 1.25 and 3.41, and I click on it, and it's me going, Twice Diecast. And so he gives me the timestamps on when I do the Twice Diecast thing. So he's like, oh, these were the best parts. And I was like, he fools me into it. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I was talking about a Datsun or something. And then I go, and it's his jingle. So yeah, he gets me like a lot. Like I forget that, like, but I'm pretty onto it now. Like, but when he gives me a timestamp, I'm 90% sure it's me just singing Twice Diecast.
I hope he makes like a compilation of all of them.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I mean, he's already done stuff like that, but I'm sure he's probably at home right now just like clipping them together and just making them into like a rap song or some kind of like techno remix. Twice Diecast. Twice Diecast. Yeah, so
This is a story all about how
Twice Diecast got all turned upside down.
Yes.
Oh man, we were talking about him too much. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is a good podcast. I like this one." So
stop talking about each other. Talk about me.
Yeah, talk about Twice Diecast, David.
Silky voice.
Silky voice, Captain Silky Voice.
Hi guys, I'm Twice Diecast. How's it going? I love y'all.
Hey, guys.
I'll see you guys later. All right. No, I'll leave the invitations to you, impersonations. You're the guy for that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pastimes too. I mean, even I amaze myself sometimes when I do like impersonations. Like when I did Eddie at Simple Customs, like I was trying not to like bust up laughing when I was talking because he's a funny dude, and it's just like when you can do the mannerisms and stuff like that, it's funny. I've cracked myself up. Mark, hey, Mark. Don't pay all that money for all those convention cars, Mark. I'm the Godfather. Listen to me. Go buy yourself a car at the garage sale for like 50 cents, Mark. Bring it home. Take some, citrus stripper. Get all the paint off of it. Then make your own custom, Mark. I'll make one for you. Just stop paying all that money for those silly super treasure hunts and everything, Mark. That's for you, Eddie.
Make your own bag.
Mark. No, I mean, like I've said before, like Kimber caught me like one day. I was like walking around the house and I was just going, Mark. And she's like, what did you just say? she's like, what? And she was cracking up. She's dying because she knew what I was doing. And she knew I was just like kind of practicing, you know? And she's like dying. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, like that is so funny. And I'm like, what? And like, I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was just like, Mark. It's like Eddie at Simple Customs is my conscious now. So I'm like, whenever I'm like about to cross the street, Mark, don't cross the street. This car's coming. You're gonna get hit. And I look both ways, and he goes, there you go. Good job.
You gotta use your head, Mark.
Mark, you gotta. I got chairs that are older than you, and I got chairs that had some chairs, baby chairs that are still older than you, Mark. No, he just posted a video, I think, today or yesterday, and I get pretty excited when he posts videos. Him and Hewitt's are some of my favorite content.
Oh yeah,
creators.
Human's got your number, man.
Yeah.
I was like, how are you looking like him right now? How is this happening?
Yeah, Hewitt's got me good, and I didn't even see it coming. So I think, gosh, I don't even know. I don't know if somebody sent it to me or if I stumbled upon it. I think I stumbled upon his video just on my feed, and I wasn't ready for that. Like, Hewitt's did like a killer impersonation of me because no one's even tried yet, and it's people have talked about it, but he put in like fake teeth, and I didn't recognize him. I thought it was like his brother or something. I was literally confused. I was like, "Is this Hewitt's brother or something?" I didn't even recognize him. And then he has the hammer or the chainsaw killed me. Like, he's got all the cars hanging up, and he just hits them all off with the chainsaw. That I was dying when that happened. And then playing with like Barbies, and then when he's like just hammers the car on the ground and then does a little hand on the face. Man, he got me good.
Oh, God, yeah.
But he's not safe. I'm just gonna say that he's not safe.
He's not safe.
He's not safe. Nobody's safe from getting a spoof video from me. But yeah, if I do a spoof video of you or impersonation of you, it's because I love you. There's no other reason. I'm not gonna do it for somebody I don't care for. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
there's a saying: imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah, it's not malicious or anything like that. I mean, of course, I even checked with Hewitt's before I did it, because I just don't want to, hurt anybody's feelings. Eddie...
Yeah, some people could take it the wrong way, I guess.
They can, I guess. I mean, I checked... Eddie, I told him I'm coming for you next, and he said, bring it, so I did, so... yeah, but that was just pretty much on the fly, just in my garage, because he's always in his garage. But, it's so entertaining just to watch him, because he's one of those people that's just very generous and real, and will give you the shirt off his back, literally, those guys like him and Hewitt's they're funny, and I love their rants. They both have incredible rants. They'll just all of a sudden go off on a rant, and
I know, dude,
that's what I live for.
Remember, I used to do rants here and there after like Walmart or whatever.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh man, I got like the best rants ever. And then I watched Hewitt's, and every other episode it's a rant. I'm like, this dude got me beat, and they're like coherent rants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and same with Eddie will go off too, and half the time he's listening to Hewitt's while he's making his video. But those two, they just don't even edit anything. They don't care. I love it. It's
perfect.
Just, it's raw, very raw. So, but yeah, I mean, I've felt Hewitt's pain sometimes. I know he's had a couple videos that have just gotten like destroyed or deleted or something, and I think we've all been there to where something goes away. Like, you made it and it gets corrupted, or you delete it on accident, or you scrub the audio from it or something like that. So, all I can say to people for that is just encourage them just to get over it and move on and redo it. I've had to redo full videos before, like maybe a hunt video that didn't get saved, and it was like 40 minutes long, and I was just about done with it. Lose it, and then you just sometimes you got to walk away from it and try the next day. I'm not telling you that you have to just start over right then and there. It's sometimes you just got to process it and kind of get over it and then get back onto it the next day or something. You don't want to go into it like all angry and agitated, because it's not going to be any good if you're trying to make a video. So, yeah.
There's a reason they say sleep on it.
Yeah, sleep on it. So you're going to want to put your phone under you, and you're going to sleep on the phone. And that's going to fix it. Trust me. I guarantee it.
Put it under your mattress.
Put it under your mattress. Put it under your pillow like a tooth, and the YouTube fairy will come and give you a new video that's much better.
Oh God, I'm kind of scared now.
And the tooth fairy's gonna be like, Mac.
Oh my God, no, please. Hey,
I'm gonna wake up
down there, huh? And you hear a little wings flapping.
Mac, give me your teeth. Give me that tooth.
Wait. I thought you were a YouTube fairy. I want your teeth. Oh, that's horrible.
Yikes.
Eddie, I love you, man. I'm not... You're a very lovely...
No, I told one of... So I told him... I don't know if you caught about, in my one of my podcasts about the Crown Vic situation. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yes. I heard that story. That was insane.
Yeah. So that he made a comment that was funny, but it was like kind of scared me a little bit too. But he's just like, "What's his address, Mark? I know people." Like he was just like, "Give me his address, his name, and his address." And I was like, "No, Eddie, no." But yeah, that car just disappeared yesterday. I had Pick and Pull come pull it away. I will send you pictures of it. I think David at Twice he said that I should do a custom of it, and I think that's actually a really great idea to make light of the situation. But yeah,
wait a minute. I thought you were gonna like fix it back up, or
no,
too far gone?
No, it was like, you remember the LA riots? I mean, nobody really.
Oh, no.
I mean, we don't really remember, but you know what happened, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine the Crown Vic was in the middle of the LA riots.
Did I miss a part of that episode?
Maybe.
'Cause I got to the part where you got it back, and you were like, you know what? I'm just gonna fix that door again. Everything's gonna be fine.
No, I don't know whether you were.
I'm gonna have to listen to that again. I'm sorry. I must have.
No, you got to listen to it because it's. I'm not going to tell the whole story, of course, like right now. But I went in. I got into it. I was like, should I tell the story? Okay, I'm just going to tell the story. So I told the story, pretty much the whole thing, and it was a pretty bad situation. It could have been. It could always be worse. You know, like the car didn't get reported as sold. And then it all tied back to me. So basically that's the short story. But no, the car was absolutely destroyed. Not like crushed into a ball or anything, but it might as well have been because it just like was that far gone. So so it's I'd love to make a custom if I can. If I can find like a blue, if anybody finds like a blue Crown Victoria Police Interceptor diecast, send it to me because. Or else just a regular one. I can strip it down and paint it blue or whatever. But hey, if there's already a blue one, I'd much rather do a little less work because I'm lazy. But yeah, so I'd like to do a custom of that. I think that'd be funny, and post a picture of the real car and then the custom. But
you know, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but maybe that should be a new challenge.
A new challenge for everybody.
Make a Dodson Man Crown Vic.
Yeah, Crown Vic.
Imagine
like, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think happened? That's actually a phenomenal idea. What do you think happened to this car? And the person that's like closest to what it actually looked like wins a prize of some sort. You know, I do have hubcaps from it, so maybe I'll send them like a hubcap. You know, with signed by Dodson Man and diecast on it. I don't know. But it was it's pretty bad. So it was really nice to watch that thing drive or get towed away yesterday. That was nice. It felt good. But you know, they gave me a few bucks for it to scrap it basically, and help recoup some of the costs of having to get it out of the impound yard basically. So. Yeah, so poor Kimber got drug into that. She's innocent, bystander. And she got drugged into that whole thing. Yeah, she's an innocent bystander. She's like a person like at a car meet that was just like standing on the corner and just a Mustang decides to pull out and just like bang into them, you know. They were just like there for the cars and, you know, they got hit by a Mustang.
I mean, that's how it always goes. Yeah. Jason, we're talking about your people.
Oh, yeah. No, I send him memes and stuff like that all the time on Instagram. Anything Mustang, you know, related about crowds and stuff, I send him, and he usually gets a pretty good laugh out of it. So, because he knows.
Yeah. Mustangs love crowds and poles.
Yeah, crowds and poles and just banging into things. They're squirrely cars. There's no doubt that the Mustangs are squirrely, and they've definitely gotten better over the years. But like some of those, like, gosh, 90s, early 2000s, even late 2000s, they're squirrely cars. They just go sideways. And the drivers, of course, you know, some of them are just a little anxious, you know, a little overzealous, if you will. You know, they think they're Ricky Bobby. Really they're,
you know,
Bobby's World.
Alexi say, take out pony, put in two goats.
No more problem with Mustang.
No, in 2 goats, no problem. Okay.
Mustang 2.0. 2 goats. Go oh.
It's a 5-point goat. Yikes.
There's 3 spare goats in trunk in case the other 2 decide to, throw a piston or something.
It's instead of a horse just on the pony on the hood, it's just like a goat. It's
Goat
much
thing.
better. It's better. It's based. Goats is based. Okay, bro.
Hey, your Russian's much better than Alexia. What's happening here?
Oh man. So yeah, we should probably call this people. I don't think there's anybody listening at this point. In the podcast, everybody has either broken their phone or has moved out of the country.
Wait, how
and
long is this? I didn't even look.
I think we're approaching like a couple hours, basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're at one like 129 minutes, 130 minutes. So yeah. So anyone that's still listening, God bless your soul.
Thank
For
you.
listening this long. Comment below Mississippi. Type Mississippi if you listen to till the end, and I know who listened to the end. And also, any questions you have for Nas about this podcast or anything, you can type in the comments below because this will be going on to YouTube momentarily. It downloads very fast. So, for all you that don't know, I get done with this. It takes about 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to get onto to YouTube or so. So it's pretty quick, usually. Now that I say that, it probably won't be. It'll be next day or something like that. So
This podcast is going up January 2nd.
yeah, now it is. So Nas, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you. We talked a lot today. You were on the video podcast for the super secret channel and media outlet that's coming. Oh, I said too much. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on. It's been really, I laughed a lot. I hope the people listening laughed and, with, good laughs, not like disgusted laughs. So I think they did, but they'll tell us in the comments below whether it was funny or not.
Let us know. Was this too long? Do you want to hear more of this? Should we do this again?
Should have been an hour less. Should have been an hour more. Yeah.
Do you want 24/7 Dotson Mark and Shelby Nas or no?
Were the goats too much?
All the time talking, not even to each other. We're just always have our earbuds on, and just as we go throughout the day, you hear both of us talk about different things
at the same
all the
time. Just like, yeah, I was, and now I'm going to the bathroom, and then I'm walking the door. Okay, now I'm done, and I'm walking down the stairs. And people are just like, what is happening? I like this.
Oh,
this
that
is nice.
Chipotle did not sit well.
No. So, yeah. So,
I'm sorry. I'm taking away your outro because, you blew up my ego.
Yeah, it's my fault, man. So, no, yeah, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And I will have you on here again for sure. I'd like to have I'd like to have Maggie on here too, to be honest with you.
Oh man.
Yeah. For like you guys to like do a little duo, and maybe I can have Kimber on here. She's always welcome to come on too. Like, well, I'm saying Kimber, Maggie can come on too whenever she wants. And like just interviewing people around the world. I'm like, yeah, invite Maggie. But no, yeah, Kimber's always welcome to come in here too. She's just not always interested. So she's like, nah, I'm busy, and I get that. She's but
yeah. Maggie's busy sometimes too. I understand where Kimber's coming from.
Yeah, and sometimes she just doesn't, like certain people. I mean, I don't know what it is about you, but she just doesn't, like your face. I don't know what it is.
I know
it's your face.
It's a dumb face.
It's the face, man. I don't know if it's the glasses or like if you take I don't know if she's seen you without the glasses. I don't know what it is.
Oh, man, I should hook up with Nicolas Cage and take his face.
Yeah,
off.
face off. Yeah, you could just use like John Travolta's face. Words are hard.
John Travolta.
Yeah, sometimes I just get onto like either podcasts or videos and I just don't say words. Don't judge me, you know. And Nas, I know you've been there too. Like your intentions are good. You know, you're getting on to like show off this new Hot Wheel, and you're like the Hot Wheel and the wheels and take two.
And the Jello pudding.
Jello pudding, Jello. And what? No, I want to get a little, those little snapper like for the movies, the match up the sound in the video, little snapper, little take two.
Oh yeah.
I want to get a little one. Yeah, I want to get just a little one for the take two things.
Oh my god, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
do it. Just get a hinge, a piece of 2x4, and just put a hinge between them. There
exactly, just this super loud smack. Like, yeah, I like that. I like that idea. But I like tiny things. I like small things, I eat ice cream with a small spoon.
Yeah, and you like little small hands?
Yeah, small hands, small spoons, small cars. I have a Datsun 510, very small car. There's smaller ones, Mini Coopers and stuff like that.
You don't like Texas is what you're saying.
I don't like what?
Texas.
No, everything's bigger in Texas. I'm like, I'm staying clear of Texas. Everything's bigger.
Yeah.
And I like small things. Which state do I need to go to get a small hamburger around here? California.
Sir, you're in the wrong state.
Yeah, I am the wrong state. So
there's no White Castle here.
Nope, White Castle. No White Castle in Washington or where you're at, right?
There is. It's almost like that movie. There's one, but it's like off of a highway, and you have to drive for like an hour.
Ooh, I don't like that at all. So, anyways, back to my outro.
Peace, outro.
Peace, outro, bye. Well, let's just end this. So, yeah, man, I don't know if you had so I appreciate you coming on. I don't know if you have anything to say to our listeners or me, or forever hold your peace.
Well, I do. First of all, I want to thank you for having me on. I'm very honored that I was a part of this. It's good to be invited to be a part of something by someone who you respect and appreciate.
Thanks, man.
So, yeah, dude. So thank you for letting me, be a part of your podcast and letting me be a part of someone that you had all these questions to and actually asking me stuff. It's nice, man. I really appreciate all of this. And as far as saying something to everyone else, you're all freaking wonderful. Thank you for listening to 2.5 hours of me with Mark, trying to
chaos.
Answer something.
Yeah, no, it was like controlled chaos, kind of. It was good.
You know what, though, Mark? I think we covered some really good points. I think we made some good discussion, and hopefully it resonated with a lot of people out there, because I think we spread a good word, and, hopefully everything's only going to go up from here. Absolutely.
So I hope everyone has a good evening, because it is evening here. I think where Nas is at, we've got about a 3-hour time split between the two of us. So there's that. So I do appreciate Nas's time, because you can't buy minutes of time. That's just something you can't purchase. So I appreciate that. So I hope everybody has a blessed night. I'll see you in the next podcast, and peace out, my Hot Wheel homies.
Peace and love.
I'm in your face.